Did you know that a recession can be a great time to accumulate wealth? Yes, you heard it right. A recession, often viewed as a period of economic downturn and uncertainty, can paradoxically offer a silver lining for those with a discerning eye and a daring spirit. Let's take a step back. A recession is a period of temporary economic decline, generally identified by a fall in the gross domestic product in 2 successive quarters. While it does mean that the overall economy is shrinking, it also indicates a reshuffling of the economic deck, so to speak. During these times, assets may be undervalued, businesses may be struggling, and people may be looking to cut costs and increase efficiency. In other words, a recession can create a fertile ground for opportunities that may not be as apparent or as readily available in times of economic boom. So if you're ready to seize the opportunity, let's dive into the 7 ways you can use a recession to get rich. Firstly, consider investing in depressed assets. Now, you might be asking, what are depressed assets? Well, these are investments that have significantly dropped in value, but still hold the potential for a profitable turnaround. Think of them as the underdogs of the financial world. During a recession, assets like stocks, bonds, or real estate can become depressed due to the economic downturn. However, this doesn't mean they've lost their value for good. It's quite the opposite. These assets can bounce back and offer a high return on investment when the economy recovers. But how do we identify these assets? It's all about thorough research and analysis. Look for assets that have a strong history of performance, but have taken a hit due to the recession. These are the assets that are likely to recover and flourish when the economy picks up again. Depressed assets can be a goldmine during a recession, so keep your eyes peeled. Secondly, a recession can be the perfect time to invest in real estate. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would I buy property during an economic downturn? Well, let's delve into that. During a recession, property prices often take a dip. This dip, however, is not a fall into oblivion, but a window of opportunity for the astute investor. You see, real estate is a tangible asset. It's not going anywhere. And history has shown us that over time, property values do rise. So, purchasing real estate in a recession can mean buying at a discount. And who doesn't love a good bargain? But it's not just about buying low. It's about the long game. Real estate provides multiple streams of income, from rental returns to capital appreciation. It's a long-term investment that can provide a steady income and significant returns over time. Remember, property isn't just about the here and now, it's about the future. Thirdly, the stock market is another area where a recession can offer lucrative opportunities. Now, it's no secret that stock prices can take a serious hit during a downturn, but for the savvy investor, this is like a clearance sale at a high-end store. The same shares that were overpriced yesterday are now available at a massive discount. Imagine this. You're at an auction, and you've got your eye on a priceless piece of art. Suddenly, the room empties, leaving you as the sole bidder. You've just bagged a masterpiece at a fraction of its value. That's essentially what happens when you buy shares during a recession. The key here is patience. Yes, the market may dip further, but remember, you're playing the long game. Over time, economies recover, businesses bounce back, and those discounted shares, they start to rise. And when they do, you'll be sitting on a tidy profit. The stock market may seem risky, but with careful planning, it could be your ticket to wealth. Fourthly, use the recession as an opportunity to develop new skills. The beauty of a recession is that it gives you the time and motivation to learn, grow, and adapt. This growth isn't just personal, it can also be financial. By learning new skills, you increase your employability and income potential. You're essentially investing in your most valuable asset, yourself. Consider learning skills that are in high demand. For example, in our increasingly digital world, skills like coding, data analysis, and digital marketing are highly sought after. Or perhaps you might want to learn about investing, real estate, or even starting a business. There's a multitude of online courses, webinars, and resources available to help you learn these skills. Remember, in the world of finance, knowledge is power. The more skilled and adaptable you are, the better positioned you'll be to weather any economic storm. Investing in yourself is always a smart move, especially during a recession. Fifthly, consider acquiring distressed assets. Now, what are distressed assets, you may ask? They're essentially assets that are in poor financial health, often on the brink of or in bankruptcy. These could be companies, real estate, or even stocks. Now, why would anyone want to acquire something that's in bad shape? The answer is simple: potential. Distressed assets are often sold at a significant discount, presenting an opportunity to buy low. The real magic happens when you revive these assets, turning them around to become profitable. It's like finding a hidden gem in a pile of rocks. So, how do you identify distressed assets? Look for signs of financial distress, such as high debt levels, declining revenues, or legal troubles. But remember, while the potential for high returns is tempting, this strategy is not without risks. It requires careful research, financial acumen, and sometimes a bit of luck. Distressed assets can offer a fast track to wealth if you're willing to put in the work. Sixthly, a recession can be a great time to provide value-based services. Now, what are these? Well, value-based services are those that offer a tangible return on investment to the customer. They're not just about selling a product or a service, but about providing real, measurable value. In a recession, when everyone's pinching pennies, these services become incredibly sought after. People want to know that every dollar they spend is going to come back to them in some form. So, if you can provide a service that can guarantee some level of return, you're in a great position. Think of things like financial consulting, career coaching, or even home improvement services. These are all examples of services that not only meet a need, but also provide a return on investment to the customer. They're not just spending money, they're investing in their future. Remember, in a recession, value is king. Lastly, consider starting a business during a recession. Now, I know what you're thinking. It sounds counterintuitive, right? But here's the thing. Recessions can actually present unique opportunities for new businesses. During these times, resources such as labor, office spaces, and even advertising can be more affordable. And with many industries facing challenges, there's an increased demand for innovative solutions. Take Uber and Airbnb, for instance. These companies were born in the midst of the Great Recession, capitalizing on economic shifts and altered consumer behaviors. They filled a gap in the market and are now global giants. Recessions can also force us to rethink, adapt, and innovate, and these are key ingredients for any successful startup. So if you have a business idea, don't rule it out just because the economy is in a downturn. Starting a business during a recession may seem daunting, but it could be the best decision you ever make. So there you have it, 7 ways to use a recession to get rich. In the face of an economic downturn, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or even fearful. But remember, recessions often present unique opportunities to accumulate wealth if approached with the right mindset and strategy. We've discussed the potential of investing in depressed assets. These are assets that have seen a significant reduction in price, but whose underlying value remains strong. It's like picking up a designer suit at a yard sale. You're getting quality at a bargain price. We also delved into the world of real estate. Recessions often lead to a drop in property prices, creating a buyer's market. This is an opportune time to invest, particularly in rental properties, which can provide a steady income stream even in tough economic times. Then, we looked at the stock market. While many people shy away from stocks during a recession, savvy investors recognize this as a chance to buy shares in solid companies at a discount. Remember, even the most successful companies can see their stock prices fall during a recession. We also discussed the importance of developing new skills. Recessions can be a catalyst for change, and those who adapt and learn new capabilities can find themselves in a stronger position when the economy rebounds. Next, we explored the idea of acquiring distressed assets. These are assets from companies that are in financial trouble and need to sell quickly, often at a fraction of their true value. We also touched on providing value-based services. In a recession, consumers become more price-sensitive and look for real value. If you can provide a service that meets a need and delivers excellent value, you can thrive. Finally, we considered the idea of starting a business. While it might seem counterintuitive, many successful businesses were born during recessions. With lower competition and more room to innovate, it could be the perfect time to bring your entrepreneurial dreams to life. Remember, A recession can be a time of great opportunity, so don't be afraid to seize it.